Hello, my name is Elise and I am a full-time dessert blogger. Again, how crazy is that? What? But I just came home very last minute, change of scenery. I'm in my grandparents' house because of a slight family emergency and I didn't really know how long I'd be here, what life was gonna look like once I got here. Anyways, so I had 30 minutes to pack and threw a bunch of things in as if I was gonna be working here for a couple of weeks. And I thought it would be fun to look at what I considered to be my necessities and the 30 minutes that I had to pack. Again, most of these I think are my necessities when it comes to the work that I do, but there are some random things that I'm questioning just a little bit. So here we go. Just as the slightest background, again, I'm a full-time food blogger and I develop recipes for my own website, sweetsbyelise.com, check it out, and promote those recipes on my own social media accounts, all being at Sweets by Elise blog on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, here on YouTube. And then I also provide freelance food photography, recipe development, and reel creation for food brands. And I sometimes don't know if the work is going to be on the more last minute side. So I did have to prepare as if I might have some work here. Who knows? I obviously would have said no to specific orders and things like that based on what was going on here, but I didn't know what was going on here. So that's why we had to prepare as if nothing was going on here, if that makes any sense at all. Let's start with gear. First, the tripod that you are currently connected to, I did bring. It's normal. I'll link it. But unfortunately, I can't really show you because you're connected to it. Sorry. Pretty lame first one, huh? But from there, let me grab a couple things. Oh, don't worry about me. I just started shooting artificial a month ago, so I cannot provide a ton of information, recommendations, or anything of the sort because I'm just too new. But this is my light. She's a cutie. And so far I've had great experiences. And shooting artificial gives you a lot more flexibility because normally for the past 2 years of doing this, I would have to shoot between probably the hours of like 10 and 2, 10 and 4. I never made it to 4. But it depended on the light outside. Whereas now I can shoot at any hour thanks to this cutie babe. So of course for any work that I was doing, she was coming with. It did slightly pain me to have her on the ground. This is a very expensive light. And she was just on the ground of my sweet Volkswagen. But she looks to be in pretty good shape. I think she made it alive. That light needs a tripod. Now you might be asking, why would you not deconstruct it? I don't know how. I barely got it up. In fact, when I first set up the light, I thought that I had done something wrong, ordered the wrong thing. Really, I didn't have it fully undone, and so the light was gonna tip over. And I didn't want to risk having that happen, so I just kept it as is, and she fit. But it is a little bit bulkier when you don't fold it down. So anyways, this tripod is awesome. It again holds the light. She was a must bring because if I needed to use the light, I needed the tripod for the light. Boom. And going along with the light and the light stand, this is I don't even know what these are called, softbox? I don't know. I just do as I'm told. I do as I'm told. And I'm supposed to have one of these for the light, and it makes it so that the light isn't as harsh on the subject. And I love it. And it unfolds like it's kind of like an umbrella, but it's the shape of a box. And I use her when I shoot. So again, all these things go together, the light stand, and softbox. You might be wondering, Elise, why do you need a trifold? I'll tell you. I have been using a trifold either like this or a smaller one when I shoot since I started shooting. I have not been using it as much lately because I have been shooting artificial and kind of learning how to work with the light without having something that reflects the light back onto the subject. But if I can explain it in any way, imagine this window and my subject is here, right? The light hits this side of the subject better than it hits this side of the subject. So I put this open on this side of the subject so that it reflects light back on to this side of the subject. Does that make any sense at all? That was the worst explanation. And this is why I almost went into education. I did. And it's a good thing that I didn't because that was probably the worst explanation one could ever give. But that's the best I've got for today. Sorry. Anyways, I brought that because I thought I might need it to shoot and would rather have it than just go to the store and buy another one. I'm gonna blow your mind if you didn't already know. Majority, I think I can comfortably say this, majority of food bloggers, food photographers, where you see their recipes, it's not their counter. It's not their counter. I'm sorry. A lot of people have lovely kitchen counters and can use them to shoot, but I think the majority of people, that's not their kitchen. And that really blew my mind when I first started this job because I was like, how do these people, my mom's kitchen counter where I started the biz, has lots of blacks and I shoot really, really light and bright and it's a gorgeous marble counter. Mom, I love your counter, but it's just really, really dark for food photography and it's not conducive. Anyways, all that to say, so much explanation for, I don't even know if you care. All that to say, I have my backdrops with me. I have a little bit of a situation. So I have 2 large wooden backdrops and I painted them myself. I made little specks with spackle. That's what that's called. I don't know, the glue that you use in the wall. But that's what I shot on from probably August of 2020 until August of 2022. So for a good 2 years I shot on them. They worked great, loved them, but I just kind of wanted to elevate my photos a little bit. And I switched to backdrops that are specifically made for food photography. These are my 2 backdrops. They're both almost the exact same, if you can see. They have slight, this is one and this, oh gosh. This is one and this is the other. And they have slight differences, but overall they're just gray. And that's the color that I like to shoot on. That's what I'm comfortable shooting on. I'm still, even however many years I'm into this, learning food photography and trying to step outside of my comfort zone. But truthfully, sometimes I'm just in a rush and I need to get it done. So I'm not really into the experimenting with different colors quite yet. Anyways, these are my 2 gray backdrops, but I don't have a table that's big enough to hold these down and hold all of my things. So I actually use the 2 wooden boards that I used to use and I place these on top, one this way, one that way. And these are those 2 big tushy boards. Here's one, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna show you the other, but it's basically the same thing. I have a really, really small desk that I lay this wooden board on top of. So I don't need a big table, I just need a big board, which I have. We're rolling with the punches. I have a small space, I have limited storage. We're making it work. We're rolling on a budget. We're doing what we can. So that's it in terms of photography gear, which I feel like, yes, that's a lot of stuff, but how cool that my job can travel in a car. I can just pick it up and move it. Not super easily, but easily enough. I mean, I packed it all in less than 30 minutes. So now we're gonna move into more of the baking side. The 2 go together because I don't really shoot things that I don't bake. So here we go. You're gonna think I'm crazy. You're literally gonna think I'm crazy. So my Nana actually has a KitchenAid mixer, but again, came home for family emergency, don't really know what was going on. Just wanted to make sure I had my own in case I needed it. That's simple enough. So this is my KitchenAid mixer. I think I'm gonna business expense one to keep at my mom's house because I think it's time. I think it's time to have a stand mixer at mom's and for me to have my own stand mixer. Maybe I'll leave this one at mom's and get myself a new one, who knows? But I just can't function without a stand mixer. I can. Most of my recipes actually are no mixer recipes, but in the off chance, I mean, I was planning on making some cupcakes with a buttercream and I hate making buttercream with a hand mixer. So here she is, sweet babe. I love her. I will never travel without the love of my life. A kitchen scale. I think I've mentioned this in every single one of my videos. Kitchen scale is a game changer, truly. This thing was, I think, like $14. She's been put through the ringer, but she is cute as ever. Cute as ever. You need one, promise. I don't go without her. Again, I had 30 minutes and she came with. Now things start to get a little bit crazy. In the 30 minutes that I had, I just hated the idea of rebuying something that was already in my big baking bins. So I just brought everything that I thought I might need and I cannot wait to actually look through what's in here. A big bag of sugar. Again, my mom never has sugar because she doesn't bake the way that I do. And that was not an attack on my mom who does bake the way that I bake, other than somebody who's also baking for a living. That's all. And on that same note, here's my 25-pound bag of flour. That is no longer 25 pounds, so it's not as crazy. She's basically almost, that's how much flour we have left. It's really not that much. But again, I didn't want to have to go to the store to buy flour when I have my own flour. So I brought her with. This is where it starts to get a little bit more fun. Lemon extract. I know my mom has lemon extract. I just couldn't stomach. I have about 6 of these. Oh gosh, I almost dropped her. I have about 6 of these because I keep forgetting where I have them and where I don't have them. School, home, Nana's, whatever. So I couldn't stomach buying another lemon extract, so here she is. Chocolate chips galore. Highly recommend the Walmart chocolate chips. And I always bake with semi-sweet, mini, and dark. So here they are. I basically always have 4 things of cocoa powder unopened on hand because I truck through it, but I refuse to buy it in bulk because I don't have any bulk stores near me at school. So I just have a million of these and I couldn't, again, stomach buying another one when I have 4 unopened ones at school. So I brought it. Take the exact explanation I gave you for the cocoa powder and apply it to the powdered sugar. No bulk stores, have a million of these on hand, would hate to buy more. So here they are. It is almost Easter and I am behind on my Easter recipes. So if I had the chance to bake, which I haven't yet because things have been so crazy, but if I had the chance to bake, I would have liked to knock out a couple more Easter recipes. So I have these Reese's eggs, Peeps, Cadbury mini eggs, these Easter sprinkles. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Look at them. Gorge. and these peanut M&Ms. You'll notice that about half of them are gone, and that would be because I opened them on my drive back after I got a speeding ticket, my first one ever, and I was stress eating. So rest in peace to the to the peanut M&Ms, and rest in peace to my clean driving record. What can you do? Kind of back to the other ingredients. This would have upset me if I had to rebuy it. I've been wanting to make key lime cookies for a very long time, and I wanted a graham cracker base for the cookie. And I've had these laying around, and my family loves key lime, so I figured that would be a good one to bake here to leave them with my family. I also have some peanut butter and Nutella recipes on the lineup coming up for the next couple months on the blog, and my family loves both peanut butter and Nutella. So here they are. Again, Walmart brand. I love Walmart. No need to use super high quality ingredients. Walmart does the trick. And finally, last but not least, I brought some piping bags and just a classic 1M piping tip. I have the majority of my tips and piping gear at school. I didn't know what I had here. Hence why they came with. So again, even though I've made use of absolutely none of this other than the tripod that you're currently connected to, I am glad that I had all of it in case I needed it. And I'm also pretty impressed that I grabbed all that and had the forethought for all of the potential projects and recipes that I could be working on here in just the 30 minutes that I had to pack. But I am so glad that you got a little look behind the scenes of all that it takes to keep Sweets by Elise afloat, keep the recipes coming out, keep the work happening. It really is kind of fun to look at everything that needs to go into it, and luckily it's all very fun things. I mean, hello, peanut M&Ms, a big box slate, super cute stuff. Anyways, I hope you will stick around for some more baking content. I have lots of recipe walkthroughs, baking tips and tricks, lots of baking things for you to dive into here on Sweets by Elise blog, and I would love to have you. So make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a comment down below, like the video. Would so appreciate any support. And as always, happy baking.